we are so extensive in learning on how to save the bottom dollar for companies, and we could also use that knowledge for saving the bottom dollars and excelling the lives of others through our knowledge. So my case study was pretty much to go and explore the effects of the lack of transportation in rural areas such as Arkansas, and especially the effect on the minority population. With this information, we wanted students to use their supply chain knowledge beyond for a company and also use it for those that surround them every day in their social circles and their workplace, pretty much in their families, everybody that does need assistance with transportation, and how finding a reliable and finding a low-cost solution would assist them in being able to access everyday resources that are crucial to their success. I actually got the idea from interviewing a lot of my mentees. I was a mentor my senior year for many transfer Hispanic students, and I found the one common denominator was transportation and how that was hindering them assisting and for them to persist for their college education. It was a daily struggle for them to get to school, and they really said, if this one thing could be solved, I would be more than likely be able to study better from not having to work or not having to travel, and I'd also be able to feel more welcomed, just to be on campus all day, and also being able to meet their peers. So I have a fictional character, Maria, and pretty much what we do is we introduce Maria and we say her wants and her desires, which most of us take for granted. It's to have a social life, to have a good education, have a good career, and also being able to, pay off her college tuition and be in good financial standing. With introducing that, we also introduce all the constraints that she has solely due to the lack of transportation. So with the lack of transportation, there's a lack of time, and there's also a lack of financial resources. It's pretty much trade-off decisions. For example, if she does take the bus, then she spends more time traveling than more time studying, as well as not being able to work, then she's taking the bus and pay off her college tuition. However, on the other hand, if she owns a car, a lot of her expenses will go to car maintenance, gas expenses, stuff like that. Also, she will spend more time working than more time studying and won't be on campus to meet with her peers. It really does point out, and again, it can apply with the workplace too, how that can also not only hinder them from being involved with their work, but also with feeling satisfied and independent and motivated to bring everything that they can to the table. Again, I think the case study is super important for students to learn that any knowledge they have to, not just transportation knowledge, but any knowledge that they learn inside the classroom can be applied to other situations and helping people in their everyday lives. We could use case studies that are more practical for us to realize it's not only for companies, but transportation solutions could also be used to improve somebody's education, right? Or to improve somebody's access to food resources. On Latino Alumni Board, we're actually building a resource packet for how to help Hispanic students and other low-income families have a head start in applying to the University of Arkansas and excelling their college education, right? Like, we know education is so important, and it helps us to get to other places after, but how about getting into, right?
Yeah.
Let's focus on that. So there's so many opportunities, and we're just trying to take advantage of those. Obviously, Northwest Arkansas has a really high minority population, and we just want to go ahead and ease that transition from high schools or even community colleges into the University of Arkansas. We have a lot of faith in the University of Arkansas, and we know that it could do so many good things for them. So we're focusing on let's getting them there. We're trying to give them resources, information, consolidated and digestible information about scholarships, about how to apply, about the Walton Inclusion Diversity Office, right? All these resources that they feel welcome when they walk through the door, and that again, we can have the right people at the right place at the right time. Yeah, I have a lot of people to thank too, like you, Carole Shook, and I think again, it's one of those resources that we do need to point out to those who can't directly see it, such as the minority population, that once you are there, it's worth it. And people like you and the entire Walton School has like assisted me in all of this. And so again, let's lead the people to you guys, and then you guys enrich them like you guys did with me.